My homies, my ninjas, you are an educated bunch. You really are, my mans, my dudes, my ladies, all of you. Very educated, very smart. And I'm sure, smarty pants, you guys have heard of the great philosopher Immanuel Kant. Well, did you know that as we walk this earth, there is another great philosopher, a self-proclaimed great philosopher walking the earth, an equal to Immanuel Kant. And this philosopher goes by the name of Shameless, Bold Kant, okay? Kind of like Immanuel Kant, but a little bit different, a little bit edgier, I guess. It's an edgier Kant. It's an edgy Kant, all right? A kind of an unhinged Kant, okay? Who makes up for his total lack of original thought with bizarre application of old trite libertarian dictums, bizarre applications of them that make your brain bleed when you encounter them.
So are you saying I'm running a cult? Is that?
Of course, I'm talking about Stefan Molyneux, my dudes. Bros, all right? We know these libertarians. Don't we know these libertarians, my dude? They have trouble making eye contact a lot of the time. They have an encyclopedic knowledge of Japanese cartoons. They're just, it's the guys, you know? It's the libertarians. We kind of know them, but they don't have that edge, dude. They don't have that sort of unpredictable nature. They don't have the crazy in their eyes. In fact, it's hard to see what's going on in their eyes because they're fucking autistic and they stare at the floor and the ceiling and all this shit. Dude, it's not this way with Stefan. With Stefan, one of the biggest contributions to philosophy and libertarian thought he has contributed is defooing, dude. Defooing. Now, defooing, it's kind of like, listen, man, would you play like World of Warcraft with like some old, like 90-year-old German who used to be like a cook for the Nazis at Auschwitz? Or maybe he just was supervising the inmates. Maybe he didn't like the whole vibe of Auschwitz. Maybe, but would you play, World of Warcraft with him? Would he be in your clan, my dude? Think about it. Think about it carefully. Now, if you are a moral human being, the answer, I guess, is no, dude. If the answer is no, all right, we're not gonna stand for that. We're not gonna run around with our gremlins or whatever. I don't play that shit, okay? But you get the metaphor, dude. He's just a tiny cog in the machine of death, but we will reject the cog. Fuck you, motherfucker. We will defoo the cog, and you're gonna kick him out of your fucking clan. We don't want these fucking Nazi cooks, these, fucking write an Auschwitz cookbook, you fucker. We don't want you with us in our fucking, World of fucking Warcraft fucking clan, alright? Well, Stefan has something similar to himself when it comes to the clan of freedom. All right, my man. What's the point of being in a clan of freedom if you don't disown your mother? Dude, what's the point? All right. So let me convey to you the thoughts of Stefan. You can't be precise with this, not only because we're talking about the thoughts of a great mind, but because he's a fucking insane psychopath. Okay, that could be another reason. All right. But here's the idea. Okay. Now, the government, everything in the government, dude, did you pay your taxes? Well, if you didn't pay your taxes, the government might use force against you. They might steal your shit, okay? They might steal your stuff from your bank account. If you resist this, they might kick your ass, put you in jail. Like, the whole authority of the government, it has this false, facade. We're gonna educate your kids and give fucking, give fucking Roman fucking soup or whatever, just these Japanese noodles to the poor. But no, dude, underneath this false facade of education and shit, it's all based on violence. It's a great criminal organization, right? It's a great fucking concentration camp that we're all living in, right? Fucking take the red pill from Stefan, my dude. So what happens then when you have these ass clowns? And by these ass clowns, I'm talking about your fucking relatives, okay? Who haven't, who resist the Stefan's red pill. You try to put it in your fucking 60-year-old father's mouth, the Stefan's red pill. Motherfucker won't take it. Won't fucking take his fucking medicine, this fucking douchebag. And so what you do with them is you say, fuck him. Fuck him. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I don't want to deal with your stupid ideas. Like maybe you believe in public roads, or maybe you think that it's a good idea to, educate children and pay taxes to do it. Fuck you, motherfucker. We're gonna throw you to the fucking curb, dude. We're gonna throw your ass to the curb. And that's the big idea. Anybody who even believes in government, basically, anybody who disagrees with Stefan, is a part of the machinery of death and oppression. And we're gonna defoo them. We're gonna defoo them.
Like, why would you say to someone, like anybody who agrees with the state, cut them out of your life? Like, what would be the goal of that? Just to try to enhance that person's life? To try to say, like, look, my advice to you would be...
Because, Joe, it's a true statement.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, there's no sort of effect or intent in that particular thing. It is a true statement. If people are concerned about being separated from families, they should be a hell of a lot more concerned about the war on drugs.
And so what we're going to examine right now is a big case of defooing, okay? This is a huge defoo, one of the biggest in the history of Stefan's insane life. And it's the story of the defooing of his wife. That these two idiots, Stefan and his poor wife, who also became unhinged through the process and kind of complicit in this insanity, both of these ass clowns, for some reason, decided that it was a good idea to record a podcast of this shit, of them discussing her defooing of her mother and father. Her elderly parents. So this is what we're going to examine, my dude. It's the most disturbing thing I ever found on YouTube, and we're going to take a careful look at it, my dude. So the way I came about this video, the way I found it, is that a while back, dude, I did something like this, okay? I googled Stefan's wife. And why did I decide to Google her? Well, maybe some ladies in the audience are saying, like, well, maybe he Googled her, Christina Papadopoulos. Now I just Googled Stefan's wife and her name. I don't know how to spell this, but whatever. Maybe he was wondering, like, what kind of a wife, what kind of a woman would marry this misogynist? Well, in fact, the situation is a little different, ladies, all right? I just wanted to see what's popping there, like physical appearance-wise, give a rating of 1 to 10. And what I found is, again, one of the most disturbing shit I ever heard in my life, okay? And once I heard it, I no longer wanted to give her a 1 to 10 rating. Had no desire to traumatize her further. 6. Just kidding. I don't see women in numbers, okay? I have my own schema based on Cyrillic letters. Anyway, so, okay. What about psychiatry, my dude? Have you given a lot of thought to psychiatry? Well, Stefan has. Check out this wisdom. It's going to involve Auschwitz again. Stefan Molyneux, okay? In other words, a popular Auschwitz guard with a long marriage is the very definition of mental health. Moral considerations do not form the basis of mental health. A compliant Nazi is considered more healthy than an outcast one. This form of social ethics is largely due to the Jewish influence on psychology. Now let's analyze that. Let me just take you through it. Let me just explain this to you. I'm just gonna explain this whole thing. The Nazis and the Jewish. I'm just gonna get it in here. Okay. All right, dude. I'm not gonna explain shit because I need to preserve my sanity for what we're about to hear. But let me just. Stefan is very, very skeptical of psychiatry, very skeptical of psychology and the Jewish influence that says that being a Nazi is okay and mentally healthy. Stefan is very, very skeptical, and he has outlined his skepticism. But for the sake of this video, I just want to say one thing, all right? Now, I'm going to have a make-believe, like, you know how like a little girl pretends to be a princess, or maybe, okay, a powerful executive, all right? Or a president, well, let's say a princess, all right? And the little boy wants to be a warrior, and they just kind of play, you know, whatever they do. They have a little castle they build out of sand or sticks or some shit, whatever's available. It doesn't matter. There's make-believe, okay? So let's make believe that psychiatry is not a Jewish conspiracy. It's a stretch, but let's believe that. And let's further believe that maybe Stefan's a psychopath. That's all I'm saying. Just maybe. Let's make believe, okay? For the sake of this video, I'm just going to approach it for this way. It's just like you can't always know whether a man who follows a girl for a few blocks in a cargo van and winks and whistles at her, and the girl is 7 years old, we can't say for sure he's a pedophile. He might just be a friendly neighborhood plumber, you know, whose car has some sort of a malfunction that makes it drive so slow, and that in order to pass his time, he just wants to entertain this girl. You know, he might be a little goofy and doesn't understand that it's terrifying and that it sends the wrong vibe, but there's all the possibilities in the world that he has no sexual desire there whatsoever, okay? And so there are the same kind of level of possibilities that Stefan is not a psychopath, all right? So just keep it in mind as we start this thing.
The reason that we're doing this podcast today is so that I can share some experiences of my own with the faithful listeners of Free Domain Radio about defooing. I haven't seen my parents in almost 2 years. I think the anniversary date of the last time I saw them is coming up at the end of October. And it's been a real struggle. It's been a real struggle for me. It's not an easy process. I completely empathize and sympathize and have a great deal of compassion for those who are going through this process.
Cleaning your house after a flood came through, it's a process, all right? It's a process. You have to clean your house. There's been a force of nature that came through. There's nothing you could have done about it, okay? Like having an epileptic seizure, you know, it's a process if you're prone to it. You have a disease and this is one of the symptoms, all right? Like having a clinical depression phase, if you're bipolar, that's a process. Like you didn't choose to be bipolar and maybe you're trying to help it with medication, but it's a process you have to face. Chemo is a process for cancer patients. These are processes, all right? None of these involve giving up your fucking family because of your nut job's husband's idiotic ideology that has no connection with reality whatsoever, and that has just a cult around it that wrecks the lives of people in the cult, but has no fucking wider influence on the world whatsoever, with nobody fucking knowing who Stefan is, and 9 out of 10 people who know who Stefan is thinking of him as a dangerous nut job. Okay? Like, that's not a fucking process. That's a fucking strange fucking tumble of life that you decided to undertake when you fucking began a relationship with this piece of shit.
And recently I received a letter from my parents. They've tried to contact me maybe a handful of times in the last couple of years.
And the way that you defooed was with a letter.
Yeah, and I defooed with a letter after a series of things that happened.
Like defooed with a letter? Like, do you ever like wake up, maybe like, you know, fucking Stefan went out into fucking the restroom and he, I don't know, drinks blood of gerbils there while pretending to piss? Okay, like he does something like that, and you just lay there, you awoke, and you look at the ceiling and ask yourself, what's going on? Defooed with a letter. Defooed with a letter. What the fuck?
I don't necessarily want to go into all of that, but
They called me bald. I know. It's not true. I have a fringe. I have tufts.
you do have tufts.
which are leaping energetically up this morning.
There was a book called The Mask of Sanity. It is the biggest, the most influential book about psychopaths and psychiatry. Now, it's a little bit outdated now, but the idea was that psychopaths, they hear the words to the song, but don't fucking hear the music of emotion because they lack it. And that's exactly how Stefan sounds, specifically when he makes a joke. Now, if somebody like Stefan makes some sort of a rational argument, it might be insane, but there's not a hollowness to it because arguments are not supposed to have any sort of emotion underneath them, or it's not a prerequisite, as it is with humor, where there's supposed to be some fucking mirth, fucking merriment. There's nothing like that with Stefan. And the curse of poor Christina is that she found this shit funny. She probably came back from her first date saying, this is a funny guy. She fell for this monotonous, psychopathic hollowness. And that is the curse of her life. And this is why she finds herself where she is today.
Anyway, they have tried to contact me over the last couple of years via phone messages. I think I've received about 2 or 3 letters, and this is the latest letter.
And we had a drive-by.
Oh yeah, we had a drive-by, at least one that I know of. They may have driven by at other times when I wasn't paying attention or looking out the window, or perhaps with a client, or when we weren't home.
Right, I mean, this is very similar to, in certain cultures there's the drive-by shooting, this is the drive-by guilting. It's more of a Greek form of organized crime.
Anyway, they...
I'm sure Stefan took careful notice of the fact that his wife didn't respond to this joke. Maybe comparing her elderly parents' desire to connect with her with a drive-by shooting. Maybe that was a little bit too much, even for her. Even for her, it was a little kind of went too far, okay, Stefan, with his fucking edgy humor. And you best believe Stefan took careful notice of it. But this is like any of the slang that he introduces to promote his cult-like insane behavior. All of it has a kind of a goofy, jokey kind of a sound to it, like a demented clown fucking making jokes, you know? It's just sort of, it's like defooing. It has such a goofy sound to it, like it's some sort of like, some sort of a game at fucking Chuck E. Cheese. And it's like a drive-by. It's a drive-by, you know? It's just kind of making a kind of a strange kind of joke about the fact that her poor, desperate parents who don't know what's going on are trying to connect to their daughter who's part of an insane cult. You know, it's just, it's a drive-by. Fuck you, Stefan.
They wrote me a letter, so I'm just going to read you the letter. And I think bits of it are very interesting, and those are the bits that I'd like to talk about. Dear Christina and Stefan, hello. Just to let you know, on October the 8th, oh, I thought it was October the 3rd, I guess they're leaving today. On October the 8th, we are going to Greece. So my family's going back to Greece. A couple of friends of theirs and my...
Sorry, just to visit, right? So people know. Okay.
Sorry, just to visit, yeah. And so that would have definitely fallen in my hands to go by their home, maybe weekly or bi-weekly, to check the mail, to water the plants.
And we would have got the cat.
And we would have gotten the cat, which I adore. I absolutely adore this cat. Anyway, we haven't mentioned the cat yet. Sylvester is our cat. He'll be...
No names! Sylvester's gonna sue! Sorry, go ahead. Sure, I can't talk about your patients.
You don't know about my patients.
What patients?
Right.
Thank you.
Now, maybe the first time you heard it, you were maybe like mistaken and you thought, oh, this is just the psychopath Stefan making some sort of a jibe at his wife about her patients, right? But actually what they're talking about is patience, like to therapist, which she is. She's a psychological therapist. Good thing she has her life in order with her cultist controlling husband expelling her whole fucking family from her life. So this is the kind of a person who really has stability. Like, she's gonna only think about your problems because she no longer has to think about her parents, her elderly parents who might have health problems. It's so she's all focused on you. But what's more disturbing about this clip is the fact that he says, I can't talk about your patients, like he's kind of being teasing about it. Well, motherfucker, you should never talk about her patients, motherfucker. Not only, she's not supposed to talk about her fucking patients on the podcast, and you're supposed to know nothing about them, and yet they make a joke about her, because the controlling fucknut that he is, he has to know everything about her life, including the fucking private lives of her fucking patients. Imagine you're dealing with some shit, and you have this lady who appears normal, but in fact she's conveying your whole private life to her insane fucking anarcho-capitalist fucking objectivist fucknut husband, who then kind of tells her what to tell you. In fact, her license was taken away at some point because these two morons cannot keep it confined to themselves, that they're exploring these poor people's fucking private life. In fact, Stefan once joked, or maybe was serious, about the fact that he hid somewhere in the vent or behind the wall while she was giving therapy, telling her what to do. I mean, whether that's a metaphor or reality, it's fucking profoundly disturbing. It's like a tentacles of insanity, this fucking couple. It's just, not only does it affect her fucking horrible life, not only does it affect the lives of other poor people who fell for the shit and defooed their parents, but now it's like these unsuspecting patients in Canada also have to deal with fucking Stefan's red pills about their fucking private life conveyed through his insane wife. It's a fucking disaster. It's some sort of like a horrible scene from some Batman video game, the Arkham Asylum, like what's going on there with this fucking freedom movement.
Sylvester, I love that cat. I just absolutely adore that cat.
He's a very friendly cat.
He's just an absolutely beautiful cat. He's
very good-natured.
He's a rare breed apparently. Just absolutely gorgeous, big furball, beautiful cat. Anyway,
Yeah, see how Christina's very pro-fur. It's very hard for me to have the cat around.
well, given my own mange, I'm kind of
Main, not mange. I'm the mange. You're the main.
You're my mange, darling.
Sweetie.
Given my very own mange.
See, this is a good thing I'm driving. Otherwise, we'd have to stop this podcast and just make out. What with that kind of proto-romantic babble going on?
This proto-romantic babble never stops. What a normal phrase to use. It's not deprived of any kind of sense of empathy or connection at all. Proto-romantic babble.
Anyway, should anything happen to us, please take care of him. That's my parents' request.
And that's the request with the hand on the forehead. Should
anything happen to us. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they go on to say that last May, one of my first cousins visited with us for a few days. He gave us some money from his sister, obviously my first cousin as well. And I thought for a very long time, I guess we were very close, but the definition that I used for closeness is very different than the definition that I use for close now. But we did spend a lot of time together.
Just in case you might have been a little bit confused and thought, oh, okay, well, Stefan pushed her family, her parents, out of her life, but they just might have had a bad relationship before that. Maybe they were bad parents or flawed parents in a profound way, and so she just kind of got rid of them. But no, Stefan isolated her from her whole fucking family. Her whole fucking family is no good when it comes to the freedom agenda. So it's like this woman lives with Stefan at the core, at the center of her life.
Anyway, she sent some money for me. I'm not quite sure what the money was about or what it was for, but she sent some money. And so we kept the euros and are sending you the equivalent in Canadian dollars, check enclosed. And indeed, they have done that.
Okay guys, listen carefully, okay? We're gonna play a fun game. This video is very heavy, very disturbing, very hard on the psyche. So we're just gonna relax a bit, take a little break, and play a quick game. And this game is like, what will Stefan say? How will he react? That's the name of the game. And don't worry, this is like a multiple choice. So just guess in your mind. So The choice number one is that Stefan will say something along the lines of, well, who knows the exact language, okay? Well, he'll say something like, listen, we need money. It would be cool to have some money. Maybe we can buy a cat. He'll make a joke. But he says, we can't take it. It's just kind of, we shouldn't take this money, okay? So that's option number one. Option number two that Stefan could say is, it's like, hey, we have defood those people. The very reason we defood these people is because they are a part of the problem. They are a part of the problem in an ideological war for the freedom of humanity. They're on the long side of that war with their ideology, with their repressive ideology, with their beliefs. And so we can't take this money. It would be profane and disgusting to take money from these people who we have pushed out of our lives because of their beliefs. Okay, it would be profoundly disgusting to take their money. Okay, so this is option number two. I'm sorry it went on for so long, but it would convey the deep beliefs, the core moral beliefs of this great philosopher, Stefan Molyneux. That's why I rambled a little bit. And now we have option number three. Okay, option number three, and this is unlikely. I just throw this in just in case. It's unlikely that Stefan would be such a piece of shit to say it. Okay, but just in case, I'll just throw it in, okay? And this response to this situation of a family member giving her money would be Stefan saying about the check, did you cash it? Okay, did you cash it? That's the option number three. So my dude, think about it real quick, analyze it, and take a wild guess what Stefan said.
Did you cash that?
No, actually, I'm going to deposit it this week.
Okay.
There are really no words to describe this piece of shit.
Christina, it has been almost 2 years' time since we last saw you, and you said a few months, quote unquote. We have respected your wish, and we will not bother you we have not bothered you other than a couple of just to let you know notices.
Which is not true.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time they contacted you, they wanted something from you very badly. So that's just not, it wasn't the case, right?
Right. Although the suspense is killing us. This is what kills me. This next statement kills me. Ma is very depressed and cries every day. Very seldom smiles. We really, really wish and hope to see you and Stefan, or at least talk to you on the phone before we go. And if we have said or done anything unintentionally that hurt or offended you, please forgive us, as we do not hold anything against you. The only thing that we have for you is love, and only love. Love that comes from the heart. So please, if you can find it being in quotation marks, in your heart, call us. We only want to know how you are. And with that, we wish you and Stefan health, love, happiness, and prosperity, and all your dreams and wishes to come true. With love, Ma and Ba. Ba being the Greek for father.
I don't know, maybe it's time to remind your spouse what pieces of shit these people really are.
It's really only coming to me now what a bad daughter you've been.
I'm horrible, aren't I? I'm selfish.
Oh my God, they love you so much. They've done nothing. They only wish you the best. They have only love for you. You see, only love. And they just, anything that they did to hurt you was merely unintentional.
Right.
And they don't want to be intrusive. They just want to know how you are, and how I am, and that they just need a little bit of information. And you said only a few months, and it has in fact been almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So you got this letter, and how are you with it?
Well, when I first read it, I was emotional because everything that, they pulled my heartstrings.
Yep.
They did their intention. Their letter had exactly the intent initially that they had wanted it to have.
And what was that? What was that?
Oh,
for you emotionally?
it was horrible. It was guilt. It was feeling wretched about not having seen them for a couple of years. It was. Well, you tell them. What was I feeling? What did you see? What did I express?
Stefan, go ahead and tell him what I was feeling. What was I feeling, Stefan? It's like, exactly, why go through the awkward aspect of life, which means formulating your own experiences? Stefan, just step in, Stefan, and tell them. tell them my reality, so I don't have to waste my time saying things and then reforming them when you beat me with a fucking shoe. Or what's even worse, a metaphorical shoe of psychological suffering. If their life is so disturbing and so bizarre and awkward and painful, when you encounter it here in the podcast they publicly release, imagine the horror show that goes on behind the camera.
Well, you felt guilt. There were some key phrases in there that were very hard for you, of course. The one that I think was the hardest for you was that your mother is depressed, rarely smiles, and
Right.
cries every day.
Right.
I think that was very hard, and the fact that your father was writing this gives it kind of like independent verification. If your mother said, I cry every day, and this, you'd feel it was manipulative, but your father as a third party writing this on behalf of your mother, it's almost like an appeal from a judge. It's almost like an appeal from a third party. It feels more true when somebody else says something like that than when the person who is crying every day says that. Does that
Right.
The fact your father said it was, I think, quite important.
All things considered, it's just not a very normal observation. It's just an observation of somebody who is not all there. It's like, their eyes are removed a little bit further down into their skull. Their tiny, beady, fucking alien eyes, a little fucking parasite alien that has come from outer space, would make an observation that her father conveying the pain of her mother is some sort of a manipulation of a sophisticated sort. This is Stefan, my dudes. it's old Stefan.
Yeah, it was. It was just, it had its intended effect. It made me feel guilty. It made me feel selfish. It made me feel self-centered. It made me feel like I was responsible for the pain and suffering that they are feeling.
Hate to break it to you, beautiful, but you kinda are. It's you and Hubs.
And it took me a little while to just sort of reorganize my thinking.
Sure.
To see it for what it really was. And of course, Steph was there to help me through that process, but it is very obvious to me now when I read this letter what exactly is happening. And so what I did was, for my own benefit, and this might be useful for people who listen to Free Domain Radio who might be trying to go through this process, to write a letter outlining your own thoughts and feelings. And the letter, this is something that we recommend in therapy, to write a letter, an angry letter, a passionate letter, a self-pity letter, whatever comes out, not for the purpose of sending it, but for the purpose of clarifying your own thoughts and feelings, and sometimes using it as a starting point and sometimes using it as an ending point.
Right. I mean, if I understand the theory correctly, sweetie, I think that it's because in these kinds of families, the children don't have a voice. They can't speak their mind. They can't speak their feelings. And certainly one of the things, I don't want to get into any details that you don't want to talk about, but one of the things that occurred for us as a married couple, because we've been married for almost 4 years, and for the first 2 years of those 4 years, we saw your parents regularly. They were at our wedding. We would go over. We went to family functions, extended family functions. I mean, it wasn't a treadmill by any means, but it was something that we were involved in. I didn't particularly enjoy it, but it was important to you, and those are the things that you do.
Now, guys, Stefan didn't enjoy it. Like, it wasn't a treadmill, wasn't too much of a drag, but he just didn't enjoy hanging out with her folks. And so he gave her 2 sweet years of contact with her family to just, these are Stefan's free years. These are the gift from Steph. There's also a weird video, a weird fucking podcast of them when they're hiding in the attic of their house about a year later, after this insane podcast took place, which I think was in 2006. So they were hiding in the attic from her elderly parents who came to visit. And they're just giggling and just joking around in the attic as they're kind of desperate, as her desperate parents tried to reconnect with her daughter. I mean, it is fucking something else. I play that clip, I guess, but I'm just fucking tired of this shit. It is what it is, man. But Stefan is not like the rest of YouTubers, and in fact, most psychopaths are not violent. So, thank you for watching.
Kind of proto-romantic babble going on.